everyone, and welcome to Stackin It Up, a series of tech transformation talks focused on the people, technology, and stories behind real-world digital transformation. Today we have on John Pace, PhD. Hey, John.
Hey, Andy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Can you tell everyone out there a little bit about what you do here at Mark III?
Sure. I am the senior data scientist here at Mark III. I work on projects ranging from computer vision to natural language processing to, standard classical machine learning. Customers come to us with a lot of different types of projects, and we try to get them started, help them get the project moving along. And it's really fun to be able to work on such varied things.
Awesome. And which is a good lead in today's topic. Today's topic is all around AI, machine learning, deep learning workshops. This is something that Mark III does a lot of. John, you lead a lot of these initiatives for Mark III. Can you tell the audience, what exactly is an AI workshop? Who attends and what do they learn at these workshops?
Sure. So the workshops, again, are quite varied. They can be everything from, where we go into a lot of depth on deep learning. We talk, weights and biases and neural networks for customers that are very advanced and want that kind of stuff. We do beginning workshops for people who really have no knowledge. So maybe we start with, simple things like logistic regression or linear regression, predicting house prices, things that you would consider very beginning level, to everything in the middle, computer vision, natural language processing, the whole gamut. It really, I guess it's really driven by what customers are looking for. We very much try to tailor it to the needs of the people that are going to be there so that it maximizes their time and is, as useful for them as it possibly can be.
What are some types of AI, machine learning, deep learning workshops that you personally teach?
Yeah, so the one that I really like probably most of all is the computer vision workshops. It's really neat to be able to teach people what the computer can do and how AI can be used within computer vision. I've seen it where people want to do everything from being able to read documents, to do text, reading text, translating text off of documents, which may be difficult, such as handwritten text, to looking at MRIs or X-ray images, or we even had one guy who was who wanted to use it for geophysics, to be able to find various things in images that have been taken from the ground looking for oil. So it's I really like the computer vision one. And then some of the others have been, I did one that was really just getting started. I called it Machine Learning and AI 101. So people who had absolutely no background, everything from, this is your data, what do you do with it? How do you prepare it? How do you figure out what the question is you're trying to answer? And then, what types of things you can do to kind of move from there. So, yeah, lots of different types of workshops.
Awesome. And I know, obviously, you've created some of your own workshops that are customized around what Mark III's clients are looking for, but you're also a certified NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute or DLI instructor as well.
That's right.
Audience really briefly about what a DLI is specifically, and what types of courses that you're looking to teach.
Right. So I'm certified currently on the fundamentals of deep learning for computer vision. Imagine that. The NVIDIA workshops, the DLIs, or DLI stands for Deep Learning Institute. They're fantastic, really. I mean, you've got all of NVIDIA's background, a lot of really super smart people who have written these things. So they start, kind of with basics and they go through advanced. In the computer vision workshop, we talk about how do convolutional neural networks work? How do we use those for image classification, object detection, and segmentation of images? Within the DLI workshops, typically you have some sort of PowerPoint where we walk through what it is we're trying to teach. And then there's labs and other things that you actually work through. So it's really nice because they give you a lot of the code in TensorFlow or whatever it is. So you don't have to be a TensorFlow expert to be able to use these. And then within the code, they'll have things that they say, fix me or whatever. And you go in and you have to make the changes there, adjusting hyperparameters, adding lines of code to actually make it work. So it's not just, follow this recipe, hit run in the Jupyter notebook. It's, why are you doing what you're doing and how can you change it? So that's computer vision 1. I'll be doing the fundamentals of deep learning for multiple data types here in a couple of weeks. That one's really interesting too because it combines a whole lot of different things. You start with image analysis, so convolutional neural networks. Then you move into recurrent neural networks. And then you move into the combination of both of those where you actually do image captioning. So you take an image and then use the computer vision part. You add the recurrent neural networks to figure out what the caption should be for that, put it all together and see how it works. So, multiple data types being images as well as text, a lot of natural language processing built in there. So yeah, and then some other ones that I'm looking forward to is fundamentals of deep learning with multiple GPUs. One of the things you find is that, one GPU is good, but 16 GPUs can be better, especially when your models are really large or your data is very large. So that DLI is all about something called Horovod, which was written by Uber to be able to make it easy to run your jobs on multiple GPUs and make it much faster and where you can build bigger and better models.
Awesome. So a lot of options, obviously, for organizations to take advantage.
That's right.
Can you give me an example or two of some of your favorite workshop experiences that you've had so far with organizations?
Sure. So one of them that we worked with NVIDIA on was it was the fundamentals of genomics, deep learning for genomics at a major university / hospital here in Dallas. And it was really neat because my background is in computational biology, genomics. And so in that workshop, it's just all about how to use deep learning for genomics and computational biology. So we had about 40 people there. And I was able to work in conjunction with the instructor, as we walked through it, answering questions, helping the people along with it. So that one was really neat because it really went back to my background. And then another one that I was involved with was using the multiple GPUs. So it was at an oil and gas conference of all things, where you had a lot of people analyzing a massive amount of very big and complicated data. So we were teaching them how to use multiple GPUs in order to get it to run in an amount of time that could actually make it useful. So those have been some of my favorites, and I'm looking forward to some of the other new ones that are coming. NVIDIA is developing one on a software called Rapids. Rapids is super neat in that it takes standard Python data frames, and instead of just doing the manipulations on the CPU, you can do them on the GPU. So things that you do on the CPU can now run, 16, 20. I've even seen it run 2000x times faster on the GPU than on the CPU. So that's a workshop that I'm really looking forward to being a part of as well. And in fact, I've actually worked with some customers on moving things over to Rapids. So, seeing how NVIDIA is doing it and how, we can work that in as well. The new tips and tricks that they're always putting out, that's going to be one that I'm really excited about too.
Awesome. And I know one of our clients who did one of these workshops with us, they invested in a GPU system and started using, machine learning techniques accelerated via GPU around random forest type thing working on. Can you talk to the audience a little bit about some of the benefits that they saw immediately after the workshop and actually implementing some of these techniques?
Yeah, so that one was really, really interesting. That happened not too long ago. And the customer had been running some random forest models on their laptop. And I think the average was about 150 minutes to run one training run. They moved it over to the workstation and they got it down to about 20 minutes. So, that data scientist became, 7 times faster or 7 times more productive than he had been before. And the workstation had multiple GPUs, so he could run 4 of them at the same time, increasing his productivity even more. And all of that was brought about by doing one of these DLI workshops, teaching them the benefits of it and how it can help them. So they're a great introduction to for customers who didn't think they could apply this. They thought it's going to cost. People hear the term AI and they think, oh, it's going to cost $1 million to even get started in it. And that's just not the case. And we can show them that it's really pretty easy to get going on the road to AI, as long as you have someone who can help you get going, which is Mark III.
Absolutely. Shameless plug.
There you go.
And speaking of which, how does an organization get one of these AI workshops going?
So the easiest way is to contact me or yourself. Email, call, whatever. And then the best thing you can do is sort of tell me what it is that you're trying to solve. Do we have a computer vision problem? Do we need our random forest training to be sped up? And then from there, we can help you find out what is the best DLI workshop or custom developed workshop for your organization. We want to tailor it where you're going to be as productive as you can, as quickly as you can. So yeah, contact me. You can email john.pace@markiisys.com or LinkedIn or mark3sys.com or markiisys.com is our website. We'll get you started on the road.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today, John. Really appreciate your insights. And thank you all for hopping on. See you next time.
Thanks, Andy.